I just want to thank Ms. Limarzi. She started the role as clerk just over 18 months ago and has been extraordinary in helping us do our work, which is no easy task, given that there are 9 of us and there's plenty to do, and sometimes things can be planned and scheduled, and sometimes you have to just roll with the punches and go with the flow. And I, in my role as president, have really relied on the extraordinary organizational skills and strategic vision that Megan has put forth, and I have felt very supported. So I really do want to thank you. And I think it is very important to point out that Ms. Limarzi came to help us through a very important transition, and we were relying on her so heavily. But it is interesting to look at reasons why she blew us out of the water when we did the interview, which it's important also to know that we had a panel, an independent panel, that sent us high qualified candidates. And I just want to mention a few things. Let's see, she actually worked as an Inspector General for the Maryland Department of Health. Ms. Limarzi also has been there. She oversaw a staff of 60 auditors, investigators, and healthcare professionals. She supervised the department's corporate compliance programs, audit functions, and accountability efforts. She directed and reviewed audits and investigations into suspected healthcare fraud within Medicaid programs. Ms. Limarzi, prior to serving in the Department of Health, she spent more than a decade as the prosecutor at the state and local levels. She also served in several roles at the Maryland Attorney General's office, including the Deputy Director of the Criminal Division and as the Chief of Economic Crimes Unit that included supervising and working with investigative auditors, Maryland State Troopers, and support personnel. She's led criminal section of the Medicaid Fraud Control Unit that included teams of attorneys, investigators, auditors, and staff. During her tenure, she led grand jury investigations, auditors, and staff. And then she also prosecuted felony and misdemeanor financial crimes such as theft, procurement fraud, tax fraud, mortgage fraud, securities fraud, Medicaid fraud, bribery, and embezzlement. She, moreover, has served as an assistant state's attorney in the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office for nearly 4 years. She is a member of the Maryland Bar and earned her law degree from the University of Maryland School of Law. And she received her Bachelor's of Arts degree from the University of Maryland in College Park. You can just tell by this extraordinary track record that this is the person that is the right person, I think, in this particular moment in time for Montgomery County. And it's also a historic moment because she's the first woman to serve as Inspector General in Montgomery County. So this is a very exciting moment for all of us and for me personally.